This week in gaming history.
It's not. Oh no.
It was frozen in OBS.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Good thing we checked it. Welcome back, everybody. It's Gaming History. Binding of Isaac.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. Binding of Isaac. I still had a save file that was in the Steam cloud, so that's exciting.
Yeah, and this is like one of your favorite games of all time, but in what, 2019?
Yeah, this is the Flash version of that game.
They did like a whole new reboot of it in 2019. They completely changed it.
Put it in a proper game engine, and I thought it looked way worse at that time.
I remember you playing it and being like, "Oh, this is terrible.
This is stupid." Yeah.
But now you were saying you can't go back to this.
It looks so bad.
It does. This is the one I played, I guess.
Back
in the day.
This is just the worst version of the game.
I was never thrilled with the game.
Maybe before we're done today, I'll jump into the other one for a minute, just for comparison.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I always gave it though, like even though it was mainly the game, like the main gameplay that I couldn't get behind. But
you don't like four direction shooting. You don't like.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not a big top-down shooter person in the first place.
Right.
And then I don't know. It's so like you have to get really used to its controls. Like it's like, it's not it doesn't control intuitively at all. But what I will give it though is the random elements, the rogue elements.
Got the most items of any of them.
Yeah.
But then this one has
combos.
This one has like 15% of the ones that are in the version that's out now.
That's crazy. And it still probably has a ton, this one.
Oh, tears down. That's the worst fucking pill I could have gotten. Terrible. This is just a bad run I've got going in general.
That is part of the reason I don't like roguelikes.
I think, like, I'm still good enough at this version of Binding of Isaac, even though that I should be able to beat it, even if I'm having a bad run. But, I mean, I haven't played a run of this in 10 years? No, wait, 6 years? 4 years? 5 years? I don't know. Sometime.
We'll see. It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's one of your favorite games ever.
It's the reason I got a PS4. It's because the new version came out on PS4. I gotta get that. Wow, these are such trash items it's giving me.
This game came out on September 28th, 2011.
Crazy. 12 years old.
The roguelike video game designed by independent developers Edmund McMillan and Florian Himsel.
I love the last name Himsel.
That's a lot of consonants in a row. 3.
It is. I would argue it's the right amount of consonants.
I guess I have that. Or like, lots of people have that.
That's true. Oh, I stopped paying attention for a second. Oh man, this is a bad run. I just have no knowledge. Everything feels like an in-browser version of Binding of Isaac, kind of. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that this was made entirely in Flash.
Yeah. It was developed after the release of Super Meat Boy.
Yeah, over the course of 2 months or something.
McMillan worked on, but then because Meat Boy was considered a significant risk and large time effort. So it took him a long time. Yeah, it was really hard work. It was released to both critical praise and strong sales. He felt he had no longer to worry about the consequences of taking risks with his finances supported by its sales.
Yeah.
So he. Oh right, they were gonna make Mugenics.
He's back on Mugenics.
Oh really? That was supposed to be. That was supposed to be their
Edmund.
next game after Meat Boy.
Yeah. They don't get along anymore.
And the other guy had taken time off.
Yeah, Tommy seems to be a bit of a nut job too. He just seemed like a crazy guy.
Right.
At least based on Indie Game the movie, he looked like he was real on edge all the time.
Yeah. And yeah, he wanted to make something that was low stress, with minimal expectations, such as an Adobe Flash game.
Yeah, it's nuts, and it's turned into a way bigger deal than Super Meat Boy was.
Yeah, it's true.
It's sort of restarted
The
the
main
whole
concept was the
Roguelike
result of a
movement.
week-long game jam. His design was twofold: to develop a roguelike based on the first Zelda game's dungeon structure,
Yeah.
and develop a game that addressed McMillan's thoughts on religion.
Nailed it. It is very much a game that's just chock full of shit for people who were raised in religious families.
Right.
It's just full to the fucking brim of it. Oops, I didn't mean to bump into that. Everything is so, I don't know, kludgy in how it controls in this version.
Totally. I might enjoy the newer one more because of that.
For sure. I think you'll see the newer one and be surprised how much
Kludgy
better
is
it
totally
looks.
how I would describe Binding of Isaac.
Yeah. And that the new one is not at all, actually, especially compared to this.
Right.
It's not. Although I wish I knew how to drop bombs. I don't know how to drop bombs on the Steam Deck, unfortunately. So I have a significant handicap, but that's. I could sure go for a key. And like the new game, if you get screwed on your first few floors and can't even get in the item room, the new game has things in it that counteract. So like you'll probably find way better items on the next floor if you can't go see it.
Oh, crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah, this game is a lot meaner than the current game is.
Oh, yeah. Alex says, why can't you drop bombs?
This game maps to controller so badly.
Oh.
It's made for mouse and keyboard, or just keyboard, really. I can't get a good item to save my life. At least I reached puberty. Yeah, I don't know what button it is to drop a bomb. I could remap the controls, but I'm not even sure what keyboard key it is to drop a bomb. I think it's E. I'm gonna try remapping it. Let's check out the remap settings on Steam Deck. Let's see.
The 4 selectable characters were based off the 4 main classes of Dungeons & Dragons: Fighter, Thief, Cleric, and Wizard.
Nice. I've figured out how to drop bombs.
Nice.
Fighter, Thief, Cleric, and Wizard. Interesting. I don't know if I see the correlation.
Did you pick a different character? Is this...
I picked Isaac this time, and so I guess he's Fighter?
Who was last time?
I've only done one character, so...
Oh, I thought you died.
No.
What happened to
No
your hair?
dying for me. Oh, I took a pill that made me go through puberty.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, but if I take 3 of that pill, I become an adult and get 1 health point.
McMillan's family was split between Catholics and born-again Christians.
Oh, that sounds like an exciting mix. Like, this game is also, like, I've got the cube of meat here, and this used to be, like, a thing you could win a run with. It was so powerful. Now, I just don't know how to play this game like I used to. Because I used to just be able to bump into everybody. Boss, I guess. I 'Cause the Duke of Flies!
McMillan considered the game could be career suicide, or would at least make a statement about what he really wanted to do.
I don't understand that. All of his games before and after this look exactly the same.
Totally. I guess.
Oh, fucker.
I guess just thinking about what your follow-up is to Super Meat Boy.
Oh yeah, the Super Meat Boy was one of the biggest indie games ever at that.
Yeah, exactly. So you're like, so is it? You're working on this the new game Eugenics with your friend who you made Super Meat Boy with.
Yeah.
He's taking a break. So you just make this weird little game.
And this game wasn't a huge hit right off the bat either, I don't think.
Take a risk and make just a weird game that you think is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see how it would be a little scary.
Fucking flies. Okay, I need a damage up from this boss fight. I did not get that. I've got the money to go to the shop. I'm mostly just concerned with trying to beat it on my first try, but I feel like I'm going to give up before that time comes. Terrible. One thing that I think this game did really good right off the bat, that still a lot of most roguelites completely fail at, is whenever you get new shit, it shows up on your character.
Yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
super important. Yeah, and a lot of places still fail that.
That's
big time.
true.
Because Isaac, you look like a weird little monster by the end of every single run. This enemy's called a butt licker.
And so the Flash program that he built this in was just even by the time he did it was very outdated.
Oh yeah.
And it caused many low NPCs and even high NPCs to encounter slowdown at times. And it also lacked controller support, so Tommy Refnes had to help write an achievement program that would allow people to even unlock the Steam achievements. And
so it's like barely a game.
McMillan later stated he would not have made it in Flash at all if he had known anyone would actually care about it.
Oh yeah. That's incredible.
It's funny too, he says
This floor.
they were like that they had to release it without significant end user testing because there was a bajillion combinations of things.
Oh yeah, that's
like,
true.
well, we can't test them all. So they had, it says here McMillan recognized they had released the title with their buyers being playtesters.
And part of it is broken is good in these games a lot of the time too. You want that to happen unless it crashes the game.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's probably
you want
still
ridiculous
lots of
combinations.
I mean, this is like super early on even being able to really release, or like developers releasing. I mean, PC I guess always had updates, but like at this point on consoles you couldn't when this game came out.
No, I couldn't have dreamt of this game ever coming to consoles when this came out either.
Right.
I remember wanting it for so long, and
Yeah.
it was a Flash game. It was never going to come to console.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
crazy.
But yeah, I mean, in a way, this was almost an early access game
Yeah, totally.
because of the fact that it just, it didn't have that much playtesting when they released it.
This still feels like an early access game. It's like an early access game for what Binding of Isaac is now. Oh, I died!
No.
Ridiculous. Alright, should I try doing a level in the new one and see, so we can see the difference?
Sure.
Alright, let's see. It's pretty fucking stark. And I felt like at the time, this one was better, but it was also barely a difference in my mind. But in actuality, it's such a colossal difference. That game didn't have widescreen support, and that's huge. Apparently, I didn't realize it until I just played it recently for the first time in years.
At one point, it was in 2012. Someone wanted to port it to the 3DS, a publisher.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that too. And Nintendo rejected it because of questionable religious content.
Yeah. Stop playing! I finished this game. I guess I'll just play as Isaac, because this one has so many characters too.
Yeah.
And then it's got the tarnished versions of every character as well, so there's actually like fucking insane. This game is just an endless font of content. Like, this one looks like a Super Nintendo game compared to the other version.
Yeah, totally. But with like way better lighting.
Way better lighting and like a lot more shit going on, but it also feels so smooth and
it
responsive.
Looks much better, yeah.
Yeah, this is the perfected version. Absurd. It's weird how people get better at making things as they make them. Everyone should make one version of a game and then make that same game again 3 years later and see how much better the game actually is. That'd be cool if someone... Yeah, the guy who... If I was Jonathan Blow, like, and I made Braid or whatever, I would just make Braid every few years in a new way. Fucked up.
It did come out, the Rebirth remake though, of course, came out on the new Nintendo 3DS and the Wii U in 2015.
Oh, Rebirth did? It also came on the Vita, I know. A lot of people really love it on the Vita. It's a good handheld game. It's sort of a good handheld game, because a run still does take, like, an hour. So that's a while to play a handheld.
And then the most recent big final update was in 2021, March 30th, 2021. For this game.
Yeah,
Repentance.
I didn't like that at the time at all. I've come to like it, but I more like it just
seems to be a theme.
It does, yeah. If I play it enough, I'll convince myself I enjoy it.
If there's any change at all,
I don't like change.
It's all,
The change with that one was making the game like 5 times harder. It was a really stupid expansion. But after finally just unlocking everything and being able to just play the game normally, not with all these stupid gag characters to get unlocks, it's not bad. Because there's like characters where you have to control 2 characters at the same time, which is just a fucking nightmare to play, and ones where you're being chased by a super aggressive version of yourself all the time through the game.
Oh man.
Like I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
Did you ever play The Legend of Bumbo?
Yeah, I love The Legend of Bumbo.
It's a prequel.
Yeah, it's some of the real story development.
Yeah.
In the game. Where it's like a match 3 puzzler, but it's also a roguelike still.
And there's also a fighting game called Blade Strangers.
I don't know that one.
I remember hearing about this.
That he's just in it. That's not made by Edward McMillan, though, right?
No, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just, it has like the guy from Cave Story. It has Shovel Knight.
Right.
And most other people I don't know. But they're like...
Those are the only ones you need.
Sort of indie games. Got an 84 out of 100 on Metacritic, the original.
That's wild. It's not that good. And reviews usually don't take into account how impactful a game is, so that's crazy.
Oh, I mean, you would have said it was even better than that at the time.
I would have said it was perfect at the time, sure.
Yeah.
It's just they could do so much better, so in retrospect that makes it so much worse. Both fighting games I've played, the one in the original and this one, have not given me any health items at all.
Alex also played Bumbo.
It was a lot of fun. It's got such a cool look to it, too. Where everything's it's all very cardboardy. I like a cardboard adventure.
Whoa. Yeah, this actually has lighting.
This game's got some very cool lighting to it, too, actually.
The other game didn't even have lighting, now that I see this lighting.
There's an alternate path that you can take that takes you through sewers, and it's like, you see like sewer grates in the sides. It looks really cool, but I will never play that alternate path because it's just way too hard. And there's not really any reward for doing it.
Whoa, power pill.
Oh, I took a power pill, but I didn't have anyone to eat with it.
Pac-Man-y.
Too bad for those poor guys. No food for... Wow, it was so dark I couldn't see that enemy. Where's my items?
Oh.
Here we go. I finally get some protection from this. That's what I need. Visualizer.
It's the parasite.
The parasite. I love the parasite. It makes my shots split when they hit things. Now they have splash damage.
That's very good.
Yeah. And I've also got my reflection, which makes my shots sort of like fly around, so these balls are going to go in weird directions too. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wait, what's in here? There's a bone heart in here? Ooh. Yeah, it's a lot easier to just sort of start going out of control doing fun things in this version than it was in the old one.
Right.
It's just... I can see why you wouldn't like the first one now, especially, but... at the time, even, like, it's just slow and really methodical, and, yeah.
Yep.
This one, at least, it's got its snap to it.
Yeah, and at least, like you said, at least it's throwing crazy things at you more often.
Yeah, pretty consistently, and then yeah, if you get fucked over, it has ways of trying to make it up to you, kind of.
Yeah.
Which is important.
Yeah.
And like some of the items it makes it up to you with are some of the weirdest items in the whole game. Like not necessarily good items, but weird. And
right. Could potentially change the tables, but
exactly.
Wow.
I got fucked up. I did a bunch of growth hormones.
Yeah.
And now I'm being pooped at by these two kids. Like there's some it's kind of I love the art style, but I also just really can't stand the art style.
I know it's kind of like actually that's kind of funny. Like the next game we're playing, God Hand.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I said similar things just about the humor, and there are times where I do love the humor.
Yeah,
but there are other times where I just can't stand the humor.
Yeah, it's really.
But yeah, it's still that's the thing. There's a hook in there that makes it my favorite game of all time. Pretty much no matter what else it does.
Yeah, it can be terrible in many ways.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I mean, I think farts are as funny as anybody out there, but a whole game about farts pooping on a baby,
you know, it's a cloud anus, you know. Like it's
hilarious.
Yeah, it's not, yeah, it's not that that's not even funny. It's just that the game obviously thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Just like God Hand. It's like it thinks this is the funniest stuff.
And I would say I disagree. Like, it's a joke, but he's put out hundreds and hundreds of item packs separately. It's just the same fucking joke again and again.
Yeah,
and again.
it's just poo.
Just poo and pee, and yeah, that's
Spit.
really
Tears.
bad church. And
Yeah.
yeah,
And like, yeah, like you said, like you love it, but you kind of hate it as well. Like that's
yeah, I resent it.
yeah,
It's part of why I think Gungeon is a superior game. Is Gungeon is awesome to look at.
Right.
And there's nothing like. I'm not embarrassed to like Enter the Gungeon at all.
right.
This game's got some embarrassing shit in it.
Yeah.
But then if I was 12, I don't think I would think that it was embarrassing either. I would just think it was funny, probably.
Yeah, probably maybe.
Maybe. See that? I just shat everywhere.
That's funny.
So funny.
Yeah,
See
but like
if I
it's like you said, it's like yeah, it just needs to have something
Yeah, a good hook.
that hooks you.
And in
and
this
it's
case,
like,
the
yeah,
hook
give
is
it
that
a- It's kind of yeah,
Everrun is
same with like
totally
Bayonetta too. It's like Platinum Games at
Oh,
this
yeah.
point. In
Oh,
general, can
Bayonetta
just-
is such an offender, yeah.
like Platinum Games though, for me, can basically just do whatever they want. Like they can make
Yeah, oh, totally.
a game that just is super embarrassing to play, but I'd still be like,
I remember
gotta try.
the peak of too embarrassing to play that made me actually stop was Odin Sphere. I just could not get over
Really?
how weird it... Yeah, I thought it was... Everyone just looked like such a weird chibi... They looked so creepy, and I don't know.
Huh.
It felt way overdone.
I wouldn't feel embarrassed to play Owen Sphere. Yeah,
I was
Alex,
also...
I was also confused why you.
I was
find
also
Owen Sphere
embarrassed to play Dust, but I managed to make it through Dust. That didn't...
Dust was a little more embarrassing, but Dust was really fun to play, actually.
That Dust, yeah, Dust just had such fluid combat.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. A game can be just horrible and offensive to my sensibilities, but if
That's what I mean. Totally.
if it plays good, I'll love it still.
Yeah, exactly. I discovered that fairly early on with Violence. It was like,
Oh yeah,
if it's fun,
totally.
I don't care actually.
I don't care. Yeah, keep it light, keep
Pretty
it sassy.
violent. It can be. Yeah, who cares? It's fun. But no, Odin Sphere wasn't that bad. It would it didn't have like.
And I think that I'm probably conflating it as well with what's Princess Crown?
Yeah, no, Dragon's
Or I think-
Crown. Yeah.
or Dragon's Crown, yeah, where it started getting way crazier about that.
Yeah. Really though, it was
But-
just that one character had giant boobs.
They're just all Dead Estate. That's another one that's just so bad for that game is just all tits.
Right. Like every other
Ridiculous.
character, like there's the Amazon warrior in Dragon's Crown that was also super scantily clad, but she was just insane, like the muscles, like all
cool enough
muscle.
character, right? Yeah.
And so was the warrior, was also super scantily clad, and also just pure muscle.
What was the warrior? Was she the one with the weird like feather?
No, that was a
headdress?
dude.
Oh, huh.
The warrior, there was like the warrior and like the Amazon that was like the female warrior. They were
Yeah.
both super scantily clad and just like pure muscle. Then there was, I can't remember if like every class had two genders or not.
Oh,
But definitely there was the dwarf. No, I think after that it was just the dwarf and the elf and the sorceress.
great. Wasn't there the weird rabbit thing as well? Or is that a
Yeah,
different game?
that was Odin Sphere.
Oh, okay.
You would have. Dragon Crown was so fun. You would've played it.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
I remember trying to get you to play it back in
Was that one on PS3 or was that a PS2 one?
the day. PS3. I guess the warrior isn't scantily clad. I was wrong. The dwarf is scantily clad.
Right. Everyone's scantily clad if you're a big enough prude. And I am. Yeah, we can switch to your game whenever you want at this point. This run is in the bag already. Like,
Right.
I have a pretty insane set of items. This little guy with this ring just flies around, and anyone who touches that ring gets killed. And if I stand in the ring and go with him, he adds like 70% or 30% to my damage, and like I've popped off already. Oh, things can even get better. More damage.
I just played as the elf. I don't have to worry about it.
Oh
Not as embarrassing.
yeah. True.
That was a fun game.
I wonder what the
Hmm?
most embarrassing game to play is.
I mean, yeah, we could go on a while there.
It's true, but that we have played through.
Oh, on stream or just in life?
Just in life, even. I don't know if like I bet the most embarrassing I've done has probably been on stream, even. But
Maybe. I'm trying to think. There definitely have been ones where like it's borderline. Like the one that comes up was FF10 2.
oh yeah, that one is pretty embarrassing. That one, yeah, it's so ridiculous. But, like,
that, but I was like, oh.
because like I don't think of Choaniki as being terribly embarrassing because it's clearly going for
Yeah,
something.
no, totally.
Yeah. But FF10-2 is more just insane nonsense.
Yeah, it's just such a girly game, and then there's just,
Yeah.
but also from a male's perspective, so it's like
Oh yeah, right.
still really like lusty. I remember there's like a whole massage mini game. It goes on for so
Wow.
long.
That's incredible.
Yeah, but it's probably worse than that. I don't know.
Oh, for sure.
That I played.
Yeah. I don't know.
I know. I was trying to think of Incredible Crisis. Why is Incredible Crisis embarrassing?
Yeah, I disagree.
Oh, the massaging game where the woman moans.
Oh yeah, I guess they're in that way. Like Rub Rabbits and Field of Magic both have a lot of weird.
Alex said his mom came into his room to ask what he was doing.
Just massaging somebody. Don't worry about
Amazing. Over and over again. It's really hard, Mom.
it. Have to practice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't think of anything on the spur of the moment. It would take actual thought, really.
Yeah. Yeah, even just a quick scan in my games.
Like if maybe Night Trap at the time, but I didn't really play Night Trap. That one was pretty.
God of War could be embarrassing.
Yeah. But then God of War was also such a huge phenomenon that it also like
Yeah.
there's just so many people playing it that you're hidden in.
I just
plain
remember you
sight.
would do like horrible things to like
Oh yeah.
to not just
I remember
people and
the
innocent
sex minigame
people.
felt particularly embarrassing in it.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I was gonna
Back
say
in the day,
you
yeah.
do horrible things to people and innocent people, but also to like just sex things and just horrible things to like women and like naked
Yeah.
women.
True.
It's just like it is. It would be. Yeah. There are parts where you'd be like, I don't, love everything about this game. Yeah, looks like you're doing really well now.
I straight up can't be stopped. I just got a thing that's super rare that lets me just break rocks when I shoot them.
Oh wow, yeah.
The run is over for all intents and purposes. I'm just playing it out.
How long does it take though to finish it?
What are we at? We're at 16 minutes. If I skip everything, let's see. I can probably be done in like 5 minutes. Although I'm only at 2 health, so
Oh,
I'm not
yeah,
doing
wow.
great. I've sacrificed a lot to get as powerful as I am. But like I can fly, so I don't have to worry about any
Yeah.
ground spikes and creating
Whoa.
guys pretty quickly. Find
Wow.
the secret room.
Oh
But then I
no.
just got blown up by a barrel that just because I shoot everything when I walk into a room, and I can only take one more hit.
Whoa, it's Mom.
Mom, Oh, there we go. I died.
No, Isaac.
I was rushing too much
Killed
and
by this
skipping too
thing.
much. I got killed by a foot. There you
Wow.
go. It's a perfect ending. Killed by a foot.
Alex says, good game, good game.
Good game, good game. Absolutely. I feel so good.
Great job, Isaac.
Yeah.
Great. Well, we're going to take another break. This time a little longer.
Oh yeah.
And,
Gotta boot up the PlayStation.
Yeah, we're going to play some God Hand. We didn't get to play it last week, but I got it working again. Let's do it. Yeah, we're going to go from one of your favorite games to one of my favorite games.
Oh, it's a favorite day. Favorite Wednesday.
7,000 yogic flyers, which can eliminate stress in the whole country, create an integrated national consciousness, and prevent problems. For a perfect government, vote the Natural Law Party.